slope. At the bottom of that slope was a little waterway. It wasn't a creek. With the rain we've had lately, probably has water flowing through it for 5 or 10 minutes, and it's only really torrential rain that gets water there. But I took a sample at the bottom of that run of quartz and was gobsmacked at what I found. So that's where the 10 buckets of gravel came from. I took the buckets from various depths. The best bucket we found was on top of a hard layer, which was approximately that deep down. How many was in that pan, Mitch?
29.
29 specks from Mount Crawford.
Wow.
Yeah, nowhere near water. So it was hard work getting the gravel back. One of those buckets full of gravel's a real spine stretcher when they're full. But who's ever gone to Mount Crawford and got 29 pieces of gold in a pan? So that spot's going to get a absolute hammering. Now I know what depth that gold's sitting at. It was interesting to see the buckets that were of first couple of inches depth. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And as it got deeper, a couple of specks, the next layer, 3 or 4, and then when we got to that couple of centimetres on top of the hard layer, there was 29 specks in the pan. So the concentrates I've brought in tonight are the second bucket from that depth, so I'm pretty confident there should be gold specks amongst that concentrate. So clean-ups with my lazy methods even easier, then you have to pull it apart.
Do I close it now?
Have you checked underneath the black mat anyway, after you've done
Yeah, regularly I pull it out and then
Because
just
I
wash
saw a little
that
bit of,
out.
like a 1-inch strip.
Yeah. Yeah, every now and again I'll pull the mat out and actually hose that channel clean. Or if I'm in the creek, wash it back into the pan. So that's pretty much how the pan's used. I'll show you the Falcon metal detector.
Oh, where? Can I show you?
This is the metal detector, this is the Falcon.
Take that for a walk.
So where did you get this one from?
I brought this from the Mining Exchange Gold Shop as well.
Oh, okay.
I brought one from, I won't name the supplier, but I brought one from another supplier. 9 months later I had to threaten to take them to court to get my money back.
Yeah.
And then I discovered the Mining Exchange Gold Shop was selling the Falcon, and that's when I found the banjo pan at that shop. So that thing's just massively sensitive. No good for searching big areas, but brilliant for dropping into a crevice. The entire hose and the head's waterproof, so you can just drop it into a crevice. This is the first piece of gold I found with it. That's a needle. So for scale, that's the point of a needle, an actual tiny little sewing needle. And that thing screamed the signal on. What I like about the Falcon is it seems to separate metals and minerals. So when it gets gold, when you get a signal, you lift it up and down. If it signals going down, it's a metal. If it signals when you lift, it's a mineral. So you can tell it's gold, it's lead, it's any kind of metal, or you know it's ironstone or any other kind of mineralisation that might be there. And because of that, it's brilliant in crevices. Just get it in there. As soon as you get a signal, lift it up and down. If it signals going down, everything in that crevice comes out. And what I've built at home to get the stuff out of crevices is a yabby pump. And I've tapered that down to a garden hose. So I can just sit the garden hose in the crevice, fill the yabby pump up, straight back into the bucket. And as soon as that crevice is empty, just gets panned and finds whatever the Falcon says was in there. The crevice that one came out of was Mount Crawford, Rocky Road, where everybody goes. But no one had actually gone deep enough into that crevice, and I was up to there because the Falcon said keep going. I couldn't reach the bottom of the crevice. That's when I figured out, let's see if I can get in there with a yabby pump and clean out whatever's in there, because the Falcon's saying there's still something down the bottom of it. So I was holding it by the end of that cable, lifting it up and down and getting signals. And from that crevice on Rocky Road, just at the corner of 40s Road and Rocky Road, where everybody goes panning, we ended up with 5 pieces out of that crevice, because the Falcon said keep going. Most people wouldn't keep going because of the effort. So it's a brilliant little detector for a specific use. So what I have brought in is I processed that whole 20 litre bucket, and that's come down to that. Somewhere in here, there better be gold,
Why don't you want that?
because it came from the same level that we got 29 pieces in the pan. So I think rather than risking the carpet in here, why don't you take it out there? Who's never found gold before? Okay, come and find some. Can you bring that? So process the fine stuff. And we just drop a little bit in there. Put a little bit of water. I like to move the stuff away from it. And by moving it across the pan with a slight shake, it separates nicely.
Oh, there's some in there.
All the light stuff.
I can see some tiny specks there from here.
This is, you call it the lighter coloured stuff. I can just wash that back out of the way. So all the heavy stuff's just staying there. Just wash that a bit back. To get rid of that,
I've seen you on the web.
all of that stuff will stay put.
I found your site.
Even when I
found
turn the
club.
pan upside down, it won't drop out. Starting to line up again. And then I can
Stick
just
these loose.
wash that across the pan.
I can just shovel as quick as I'm.
Then when I get impatient, I just start swirling, looking for
I found
any
it
bits of gold through
when we
there.
were in New Zealand. But I've got it somewhere safe.
You go to Mount Crawford,
It's not looking
you don't
likely.
try and go
Come on,
over
Dave,
3
pressure's
pounds,
on.
give up and go home. You should find it.
Promise
We
to
went
stop,
to
mate.
Marathon.
Oh yeah,
We did a course. They went.
depending how you pay.
Yep. And just don't tip it out here because
Don't
it'll
tip it
land
out
on my
I
boot.
found it when we were in New
And just sort
Zealand.
of shake it backwards and forwards to spread it and just angle it slightly towards
Oh
you.
yeah.
Towards
We
me.
went
Yeah.
that way. No.
It's amazing how that separates
Give it
out,
a,
isn't it?
give it
Yeah,
a
we
really
went
good
down this
shake,
water in a hammock.
and then
But it
tilt
was
it
hanging
away
over
from
the
you
cliffs up
as you're
there.
shaking it.
So Jeff said, anyway, because
I'm trying to get this
where
stuff
I was
out.
sitting.
No, show you what you're trying to do.
You don't go out. I've been quite a fortune. You go to the history of farms, you go there.
What you're trying to do is
Find my way out of this forest.
shake it back and
In
forth.
daylight.
Come down here and tip that out.
So how do you tip it out? Just like that?
And then you dump the pan,
Oh, look at that technique.
wash that lot out. And then again,
Thumb up like that. And you say,
Flatten it out.
and then you work it till you know it.
angle it away from you so it all goes back up.
Light stuff on top.
And just wash that lighter stuff back.